Psalms 31. God's goodness is stored up. It's secured. It's ready for us that when we have a proper fear, when we're following His commandments, when we're walking His way, and we're in a relationship with Him, all that goodness is already prepped and ready for us. Psalms 31, verse 19. Oh, how great is thy goodness. Would you agree that God's goodness is great? Would you agree God's goodness is great? Yes, thank you. Just getting everybody awake and moving. Which thou hast laid up for them that what? Fear thee. Which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for He has shown me His marvelous kindness in a strong city. For I said in my haste, I am cut off from before thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou heardest the voice of my supplications when I cried unto thee. O Lord, O love the Lord, all ye saints. For the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentiful rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. For ye that hope in the Lord. His goodness is stored up for us, verse 19. Which means, what does it mean to have something stored up? If over the last 10 years, we have been talking to both Be in Health and Hope of the Generations Church to prepare. Joseph in Egypt, God put on his heart that you need to prepare for a time of famine. So what did he do? He stored up materials, right? What does it mean when you stored up materials at your house when you've got, say, I don't know, extra food and stuff like that? You've prepared, which means you have an abundance, correct? I'm leading questions for you this morning. That means the loving kindness and the goodness that God has for us, He's not skimping. It's not running thin. It's not just a little bit. He has it stored up, which means He has an abundance waiting for us. That when we need it, it's just there. That He gives plentiful because He has extra. How great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear. Psalms 27, King David is running, and it is because of God's goodness that He allowed him to keep going and not quit. Starting in verse 1 of Psalms 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? And everyone who remembers the song we used to sing can now start humming it in their head. The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came up against me to eat my flesh and consume me, they stumbled and fell. Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise up against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, to inquire in His temple. For in the time of trouble He shall hide me in His pavilion. In the secret of His tabernacle shall He hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. This is all when David's running. This is when his enemies, even his foes, everyone is against him. For in the time of trouble, verse 5, He shall hide me in His pavilion, in the secret of His tabernacle shall He hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. And now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in His tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yes, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me. When thou sayest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, forsake me, O Lord. Neither forsake me, O Lord, of my salvation. When my father and mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord. Lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. Verse 13, all of that for verse 13. Would have fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of God. With everything upon him, with everyone against him, his belief in the consistency, the promise of God's goodness. I would have quit if it wasn't that I believed in your goodness. In all of his scriptures, he didn't see it all yet. In everything that David went through, he was writing this at a time that his belief in God's goodness was still upcoming. It hadn't all arrived yet. He said, I would have fainted, and that word fainted means quit. He'd have given up. He'd have been done. He'd have said, I'm out. If it wasn't that I believed to see the goodness of God. On the days that we're struggling, on the days that we're having a hard time, the days that things don't seem to be going exactly the way that we planned it, or the numbers don't line up, or the kids are off in cray-cray world, or things are going wrong in this relationship, or the car broke down the third time this week. All the problems that go, it's like, listen, I know and I believe God's goodness is greater than my circumstances, and I can believe in him.